So in this video, I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about this pen. This is the new Uni Jetstream Prime 3 color. This pen is also sold as a 2+1, which is the 2 pens and a mechanical pencil. But basically what happened was that there's a uni-ball, which we all know, or uni in Japan. They have the Jetstream line, which we've talked about many times on this channel. And then the upper end of the Jetstream line is called the Jetstream Prime. This is the premium set of pens in the Jetstream line. You don't see them too often. I wouldn't say they're rare. It's just not something you really run into unless you're looking for them. Set's been around for a couple years. It's a little bit confusing, which is 5 or 6 pens, all of which are similar names, some of which are hard to find, some are limited edition. But we have reviewed them on the channel. So if you go back through the old videos, you'll see stuff like this. This is the previous Jetstream Prime 3 color. This is the pen that's been replaced with this new model. If you recall this was pretty standard of a Jetstream Prime from maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And this one is a 3 color, so 1, 2, 3 sliders, all metal body, all matte black, which was the most common of the Jetstream Prime. They had a lot of this sort of chrome type elements on the top. And then they had these clips that were large metal clips, and they had this very odd jewel in them right here. These clips I don't think were ever very popular, and I don't think people had great luck with them. It's a little hard to tell, but you know, based on just kind of my experience and then just feedback online about the jewel or the clip in general, this is definitely one of the elements that was revised in this new model. So the new model is out, came out in, I want to say January 2022, maybe it was December 2021, right around there. So it's only been out for a couple of weeks. It's available in Amazon Japan and other Japanese retailers. I'm sure some will come to the US sooner or later. Some, I don't think there's a matte black, but there's this off-white and a few other colors. So more fun colors than we previously saw with the Jetstream Prime series. The price is still the same. You're looking about a $35 pen. I think it's, I don't know if it has the price on here. Yeah, there you go. So 3,300 JPY. That's Japanese yen. Okay, so what's different aside from the colors? 2 primary changes happened here. The clip was changed. You can see the old clip. It's kind of, has a lot of like kind of 3D nature to it. Extends out, and it has a jewel and very curvy, kind of complex design. Now we see, in my eyes, a much better looking clip. Has a split in the middle, which we've seen before from like companies like Schaefer and Waterman, but you don't really see from uni-ball so much, which is very cool, flat, works well. Again, for me, it's a much more kind of a modern and minimalistic styling to it. Greatly improved. Of course, the jewel was dropped, no longer chrome. The next change is this top cap piece. You see it now, it is matching, and it no longer has the color indicators there. This old piece, I don't know, for me it looks a little bit dated and like kind of too bright. Now you see a monochromatic color scheme and this very cool low profile piece. It's non-functional, doesn't do anything or anything like that. We did lose the color indicators here. You could see there's subtle color indicators there, black, blue, and red. Those are now integrated into this piece right above the slider. So it's very subtle now. You can see it, but it's a little bit hidden away, which I actually prefer. You don't really need to have a big bold indicator like this, right? Your eyes are sensitive to color. So even when I move it around like this, a quick glance, you could pick red from blue and red from black and stuff like that. So for me, this is definitely a nice way to go, and I think it looks much better. The rest of the pen is pretty much the same. The the components are about the same. No real difference. The texture, this is a glossy texture. This is a matte. This one I always really liked. I think they did a nice job with this. but the gloss tends to hold up a little bit better over time and has more grip to it. If we were to open this up, we can see the same refills. This is the SXR 200. This is the uni-ball or uni D1 size refill. So they're multi-pen refill in a metal body. That's the 200, SXR 200. It's the kind of the premium one. It's just a metal body version of the other one, which I think is called the SXR 80. And if we were to look at these parts, I'm guessing they're going to be interchangeable. Yeah, so they're interchangeable, which goes to show you how the two pens are essentially the same. It's just that we're seeing some new coatings and some revised components, like this top piece. That's a separate component. The clip obviously is a separate component. So fundamentally the same pen, but just some updates to stuff that probably Uni was getting some negative feedback on, or maybe they just never really liked from the start. So again, this is about a $35 pen, maybe about $40, whatever. This is the standard version of it. This is Jetstream Prime 3 color. This is Jetstream Prime, sorry, the Jetstream 3. This is about maybe a $6 or $7 pen. It for me, this has always been one of my favorite multi pens. Rubberized grip, 3 color refills. These use those cheaper refills, the SXR 80, which are totally fine, no problem with them. I like these because the SXR 8, the high-end one, the SXR 200, is only sold in 0.5 and 0.7 millimeter. The cheaper ones are sold in 0.5, 0.7, and I believe they're also sold in, they're definitely sold in 1.0 millimeter, and they're also sold, I believe, in a 0.38. So you have a lot more variation. So as far as writing goes, the Jetstream Primes have always been great writers. They use standard Jetstream ink, so you know that it's a really nice high-end ballpoint ink, super smooth, very good legibility, and they last a long time. I really think very highly of the Jetstream ink. Jetstream Prime is the same ink, you just get a heavier pen body and that sort of executive feel. Out of all the Jetstream Primes, I like the single color. The single color click is probably my favorite, but this 3 color is a close runner-up. I don't love the really high-end one. That's this. This is the 3 color. Sorry, this is a 3+1, but it uses a twist selection mechanism as opposed to the push button. It's a cool idea. I don't really enjoy it in usage so much. So I do prefer, for me, the sliders are the way to go. Again, nice pen, has some weight to it, really holds up well, and it's really a great looking pen. One of the cooler looking multi-pens available today. Of course, it's a very good writer, so no problems there. If you're trying to find one of these and you're looking between the new one or the old one, if you could find a deal on the old one, you're getting substantially the same pen. The writing, the refills are the same. The body is essentially the same. The sliders are the same. You're just getting the old cap and the old finial piece. If you're trying to decide between the $5 one and the $35 one, for me, I would say just get the cheap one. You're getting essentially the same writing, but in a much lighter weight body. I think the body looks really good. It's just not a high-end executive pen. And here, let me see a demo of that 1.0 millimeter, which I bought this one in. And you're getting that Jetstream 1.0 millimeter, which is a much thicker line, of course. It is definitely smoother, but it's not like crazily smoother because you have the, the 0.5 is a nice smooth writer. So is the 0.7. Jetstream refills are quite good. And then with this one, I also, because this uses the plastic refills, I went ahead and put a Jetstream Edge refill in here as well. So for me, I have, for this one, I have 2 1.0 millimeters, and then in black, I have this is a 0.28 millimeter from the Edge. That is definitely not available in the SXR 200. So that's just an advantage of what you could do with the plastic body. You could tweak it a little bit more, but you're definitely not getting the styling or high-end nature of the Jetstream Prime line. close out really quickly. This is the box. So you see Jetstream Prime, really nice high-end cardboard box with that cool marigold or whatever contrast color in there. This is the Jetstream Prime 3.5 millimeter. And we saw this already. That's the model, the SXE 3-3300-05. There's also the 07. These are the refills. SXR 200-05. That's the price. This is the color beige. I thought the beige was very cool. I don't really think I have any beige pens. It reminds me of my old 486 computer or something like that. So it's pretty cool. And then that's it. They are able to keep the Jetstream Prime line just super minimalist and really kind of high end. So really appreciate that. So that pretty much covers it. Thanks for watching.